everyone, thanks for tuning in to Prissy Beauty. Today I have this look for you featuring all NYX products, and the idea was to put together a complete look using only one brand of makeup. And I must say the NYX is probably one of my favorite makeup brands. Not only me, I believe, but in the entire YouTube community, everybody seems to like NYX products, and I particularly like because I feel very bad sometimes when I have to spend a lot of money on high-end makeup, and sometimes you do that and you're still not happy with what you actually got, and I guess your expectations are so high to get such a nice product that, you know, if it doesn't meet that expectation, it's kind of frustrating. For me, NYX products are wonderful. I have a wide range of blushes and cream blushes and foundation and eyeshadow palettes and so on, and I must say I'm very happy with all of it. So I decided to go for this look today, and it's a very dark look, and it's a night. I would recommend for night, and you can also add like a winged out eyeliner if you like, and it's like a teal with a charcoal on the side. It's very pretty, and then some blush. So if you'd like to see how I've achieved this look, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start by applying the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean, and this is going to work as the primer basically for our shadows, as well as helping intensify the colors that we're going to be using. I mean, I usually use both, two. This is the Black Bean, and I'm just going to blend it with my fingers like this. Then I'm going to also get the famous milk one, and I'm going to use that because the eyeshadow palette I'm using by NYX today doesn't have a shadow that we can use for highlight. So the milk pencil is going to actually work as our brow highlight, as well as helping with the discoloration of my eyelid and so on. So we're going to do something like this. Bit scary, but once we add all the colors, it'll be fun. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Haute Look eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna go in with this teal color here, and I'm just gonna use Sigma E60 is just a shading brush, and I'm gonna pack on that color all over the lid. And now you see that black pencil, the jumbo pencil that we put underneath, helps to make this color not so vibrant, so it's a more like a night color. If you put the milk pencil underneath this shadow, it will bring more, it's like lighter version, which is also pretty, but for night I thought this would be nicer. So, and this is what I'm trying to go for like a night look. So all you're going to do is pack on this color, just like I did here with the flat shading brush. Just pack on. And don't worry about the rest of the face. I have not done the rest of the face yet, and I would strongly suggest that you don't, or you do the same as I did, because there's plenty of glitter in these shadows, especially in this palette. Then we're going to go in with this, this color right here. It's like a gunmetal almost, and has plenty of shimmer as well. And we're gonna go in right on the crease right here with an angle brush. This is Sigma E70. Not very good with all these numbers, I never remember. Okay, we're gonna go right on the crease, right where your brush fits, right there in that cavity between your lid and the rest of your eye. And then you see there's like a very harsh line there, and then with the same brush we're gonna go on an angle right here and bring just a little bit above that cavity that we just marked before. And don't worry, it looks kind of scary right now, but we'll blend it. You can use the same brush to blend it. I like to use a bigger fluffy brush. This is the E40 by Sigma, and I'm just gonna blend this a lot, and you can start bringing that up to, you know, to the brow bone, and start to blend in with that yellow color, the white pencil that we placed on the brow bone. And these shadows, they blend very easily, so you don't have to worry too much about it. The only problem with them is the fallout because of all the glitter it has. Okay, so just back and forth motion like this. And this end here is actually already looking very dark, which is good. Like that. I'm gonna go in back in that same shade. I'm just gonna use a pencil brush. This is E30 by Sigma. And I'm gonna place that right at the end here to make sure that area is darker. There. And then with that same shade, we're gonna run on the lower lash line, bringing it down just a little bit. And then we're gonna go with that same brush and go in back in the teal color and just run that in the rest of the lower lash line. There. And we went out a lot, so we're gonna have to wipe this part right here in a little bit, but for right now we'll just leave it like this. Okay. And that's basically the blending part. You can grab your blending brush again and just kind of smoke out a little bit more if you like. It's personal preference in this case. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now I'm gonna go in with the black liner, and this is NYX 901 black. It's just a regular pencil. And I'm gonna go in on my lower lash line. I'm sorry, my water line, not lower lash line. All the way in. We can tight line as well. I don't know about you, but this always freaks me out. And then with that same pencil, we're gonna just line the top lash line here. Just line it to make it even darker near the lash line. Ideally for me, this would be done with the liquid liner or gel liner or something like this, but I didn't want to cheat and use a different brand, and I don't have any NYX liner, so I'm using the pencil. And then with just an angle brush like this is E65 by Sigma, we're just gonna blend that black just a little bit, just so it kind of mixes with the rest of it, the shadows. And then if you want, you can run that under your lower lash line again, just to intensify that shadow and give that more of that smoked look. Then I want to go back in with the shade, with the teal shade, and just reinforce that color because of all the blending we did and highliners and so on. I just want to make sure it's really popping. You know, that teal color is really coming through. It's a very dark look. Okay, now I'm just gonna get a little white. This is sticking out, and there's plenty of glitter you can see on my face here. I'm just gonna wipe that off and also wipe it up here. So we have that angle that should be. You can just blend that so it doesn't look so harsh. Then I'm just gonna curl my lashes. And apply some mascara. Mascara I'm using is the Fall Lashes in black. It's a very tiny brush, which I liked for lower lash line, as you can see. So apply that on your lashes. And also, I mean, I believe it would be nice to have false lashes with this look, because it's such a, you know, for a night, it's such a night look and overall, so it would be nice to apply false lashes, but I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna stick with the regular. And there's one step I forgot, which is just to eliminate the tear duct. I'm gonna use this pigment, is called Nude Pearl. It's very, very nice. I love this pigment. And I'm just gonna use a tiny brush like this. This is like Real Techniques Pixel Point eyeliner brush. And just a tiny bit of that right with the point of the brush, and just go in your tear duct area, just to really brighten up that area right there. I love this pigment for this. I even put a little bit on the other side. And that's the finished look. Now, I'm gonna zoom you out a little bit, and we're gonna go for the face. I'm gonna start, let me see if I can actually do this. Yes. Some technology issues here. I'm gonna use the HD foundation. This is shade 03 Natural. I'm gonna pop that in a little palette. I really like this foundation, but oops, before I forget, I'm gonna use this full coverage concealer. This is an orange shade. It just helps even out the dark circle area. So I'm just gonna pop that in before I put my foundation on and before I actually use the real concealer, you know, the regular color concealer. This is just gonna correct the area. This is a tip I actually got from a makeup artist in the MAC counter, and they didn't have the orange concealer to sell, so I had to find it somebody else because I think only the pro stores have that. So with a Real Techniques Expert Face brush, I'm going to apply that foundation all over. Really like this foundation, the finish of it and the way it looks and sits on the skin. It's very nice and almost natural, and looks good on camera as well. This brush is also wonderful for applying foundation. It applies foundations, you know, very effortless. I really like this foundation, but it's a bit dark for me, and this is even a lighter shade. I used to have another one. It was called Natural Beige, which was even darker than this, and it's not exactly my tone. I'm like an NC25 MAC, and this is just a bit darker than that, and their shade range is not very broad, so it's not easy to find. So make sure when you're doing a darker foundation, you blend that in your neck just so it doesn't have any lines or anything like this. But I do like the finish of this foundation on my skin, like that. Make sure you blend it all nice and neat. There. Then I'm gonna go in with this matte bronzer. It says this foundation is a little bit darker already. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that now because I'm not confused over here. Then I'll do concealer. I'm just gonna do an angled blush brush like this and contour just a tiny bit right underneath my and this is a very deep shade, so you also need to be very careful. But we're going for a night look, so, you know, no big deal about going too, you know, you just don't want to look like a clown after all. Then now going backwards over here, because I'm all confused today with my looks. I filmed this tutorial earlier and my camera just went berserk on me. And I think the battery was dying and the video kind of recorded, but I had all kinds of errors. I was so mad. So bear with me today. I'm a little distracted. Okay. I'm actually looking a lot lighter on the screen than I actually am right now. I'm too white for this foundation, I think. Then as a blush, I'm going to use this NYX Mosaic in Spice. It's 08. Just going to grab a blush brush. Again, this is F40, I believe, by Sigma. I'm just going to swirl on the color. It's a very pretty color too. And just right on my cheeks. And then with that same brush, I'm just going to go in with the highlight version of that Mosaic, and it's 01 highlighter. Super pretty. I'm just going to be careful because I broke mine. You see there's like purple, pink. I'm just going to do that right on top here on my cheekbones. Yellow, white, and it's a very pretty highlight. Just like that. And then, last but not least, going in, well, you can also do a powder. This is a Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation. My shade is Natural. It's supposed to be a powder foundation, but I don't necessarily like the coverage for just, you know, the only foundation you're going to use. So I use it as a setting powder for the most part. Go all over like that. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with the lipstick in the shade Watermelon. It's a very pretty metallic coral. And since I'm going all out today, I'm going to also put on top this lip gloss, and it looks very scary on the tube. It's not that bad, and it's in the shade Amethyst. And I'm just going to go in and top it. And that's the finished look. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.